this is the bushcraft edition, and this is where Ed takes over because he knows a lot about bushcraft, and we're going to be doing what is it, how to create tinder and start a fire, and so
fire processing, and then
in this video he's going to talk about tools for bushcraft and various things, and then there's going to be a number 2 on how to create tinder and how to use that tinder properly.
So anyway, knives. Knife is the number 1 tool probably you need in the woods and in bushcraft and surviving and anything. So brought some of my knives out here to show you, because there's a difference between camping knives and self-defense knives. You know, like this. This is my, I don't even know what kind this is.
It's a Tanto style.
Tanto style, but this is my self-defense knife. You know, this is a full tang, you know, basically a fighting knife.
May I ask a question?
Yes.
Now, this Tanto style knife right here.
Yes.
Can this be still, even though it's a self-defense knife, can it still be used for wood splitting?
Yes. Yes.
Because it's full tang.
And that's why I got full tang. Yes.
Okay.
I always get full tang on knives, and I'll show you how to baton. I'm gonna show you guys how to baton wood and process wood. And if you need a full tang, which means the on the black knife, the metal from the point all the way to the back, right through the handles, you got scales on both sides. That way, then you got your here. I'll show you this side. You can see it with the shiny. Then they got rat tail knives where they go and just stick in a piece of wood or plastic or whatever. But the full tang ones you can beat on and stuff. So yeah. This was another this one you can use for camping, but it's more of a self-defense. I got it mounted with a side clip, so I can.
Now, would that be like
small?
For like if you're skinning too?
Yeah. This is a good skinner knife because it's got the rounded blade.
Okay.
But then these are my camp knives. This was my first camp knife. I absolutely love this knife to death. But this is a old hickory butcher knife. $10. I beat on this thing and I broke the scale off. That's why I have duct tape. And now it's duct taped together, and I beat this thing to death, and it stays in this. Stays sharp. And I just got a nice leather sheath that, you know, belt, so I can put it on. But this one is actually a handmade forged here in Indiana by Jeff White. Jeff, I'll put a link. But this is actually called the Bushcraft 2. This one is set up just for camping. And
now that's kind of more along the style of this first one you showed me. Then, as far as the blade shape.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, but this is the high carbon steel. This one's gonna last so much more longer than that one. I can strike off this one with a high carbon, and that holds an edge so well.
That's it.
Yep. And then I got my leather.
I have to get my
same leather
stuff.
sheath.
When I see stuff, I have to look at it. So.
And then I got my big boy, which is you can go self-defense or
Pause.
Yep. Okay. Anyway, back to my knives. Yes, and I would say then I have my big boy that is self-defense / camping, because you can do a lot of stuff with this. It's got the saw on the back. I've taken trees down.
Holy crap!
And the other thing I love about this, because you can cook with it, is a spatula. This is my. This is my. That's my favorite. I don't know the name of that one. It's got a name.
Goodness, this thing's
it's got a really terrible sheath though. Like, ooh, sheath for it.
Yeah, it's a big honking knife, bro.
Yes, full tang though.
Yeah.
And one of the scales is broke because I beat on it too much.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's I can feel it. Yeah.
So, but yeah, that's a good camp knife.
It's only like that because you make a use out of it. So,
yes, it's a using knife. Yeah.
And, you know, this is the thing. A lot of people get knives. I see a lot of guys talk about survivalism. I talk about bushcraft, and they got all these knives, and you can tell from their knives that the knife has never seen the outdoors.
Yeah. Mine's still got dirt on it from.
It's like guys who own fishing gear and the gear hangs in their garage all year long. I mean, you know.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, okay. I know there's one other major point I want to say about knives, especially your camping knife. You want a 90-degree spine, right? Which means your blade 90 degrees to the spine, another 90 degrees to the other side of the blade, right? You want that because when you're striking a rod, you've got that scratchy surface. You don't have to use your blade,
Right.
which will dull your blade out. You know, you want to keep your blade as sharp as you can. So you want a nice 90 degrees on there, so when you're striking your ferrocerium rod,
Right. So
and processing tinder.
Yeah.
If you take a stick, like I got a log, I can go like this and not dull out my blade, and I'll get shavings off that I can strike.
So in other words, don't buy these GQ knives like a lot of guys do just because they look nice.
And don't buy your knife from Harbor Freight.
No kidding, really.
Buy this right here. I paid $60 for.
Yeah.
Handmade, hand forged. I love this
Yeah,
knife.
I'm not buying anything
Absolutely
from Harbor
love this
Freight ever again. So yeah, that's not a problem.
Don't need a survival knife. You need a knife. So,
Yeah.
knives. Anyway, so there's your
Now,
knives.
one question: you got all these
Yeah.
knives. Is it advisable in your outdoor stuff, your camping equipment, your survival equipment, to have a good axe?
Oh yeah. Cutting tools. You need a good axe. You need a good saw, like a bow saw or some kind of a tree limb saw, some kind of a saw, and then you need a good knife.
Okay.
You need those three to process.
Now, I should point out I did a little research before we did this video.
Yes.
If you have to improvise a saw, there's a lot of materials that you can use for a saw. You can use a guitar string.
Yeah.
The G string, the heavy string, or the strings like off of your basses, strings off a bass guitar.
Yeah.
They've got the windings on them, and you can actually use that.
Yeah. It takes a while, but it didn't work.
And they also work great for a bow drill. So
Yeah, that too.
Yeah. So there are options out there.
What I started off with, bushcraft, because I'm always on a budget. Dave Canterbury, bushcraft on a budget, awesome. I have a pair of channel lock pliers, right? Multiple uses. You can put it in my pack. Multiple uses. I grab it. I grab my pots off the fire with them. But I bought a saber saw tree.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
10-inch blade.
Yeah.
And I put that in that's my saw. And I clip the end of it with my channel locks. Or not channel locks, but vice grips.
Yeah.
And that's how I cut. Simple.
Yeah.
Boy, the other ones I saw was you take a tree limb saw, right?
Yeah.
Without the apparatus, just the blade.
Yeah.
And you bring two, which I'll demonstrate this another time. You bring two rings for keychains.
Yeah.
And you hook them because they have the holes. You hook the keychain through each end. While you're out there, you get a tree limb a little bit longer. You hook the one to the end of it, and then you bend it over, and you hook the other one, and the tension will hold it, and you can saw.
Yeah.
It's pretty simple. Anyway, but because especially when you're bugging out and camping and whatever, you want light and you want small. So if you just bring the blade and make your own frame.
Another question. If you're going to be camping, if you're in a survival situation, you've got your knives, you got your axes, you got your saws, you got all that stuff.
Yes.
You got ways to use the saw blades and so on.
Yes.
Or guitar strings, like I was talking about. Now, cordage. Okay. Paracord, the different types of cord. You gave me a roll of black cord that feels like it's got wax on it.
Yeah. It's tar. Yeah, tar. That's called bank line.
Bank line. Okay.
Yeah, that's a whole other video.
Okay, that's a whole other video. But what about paracord?
Paracord's awesome. Yeah,
that has a lot of uses. You can use that to make a lean-to. You can use that to string between trees, put a tarp over, so you have a tent.
Yeah.
You can use it to create a bow drill for you. You know, things of that nature.
Yeah. I was getting ready to get to my fire starting materials. Yeah. And this is what we're talking about.
That's paracord. Yeah.
I always have a big hunk of paracord. Because I don't need none of this on my but this is a ferrocerium rod, 2.5 inch, 6 inch long. This thing will last me forever as long as I don't.
Yeah, I've got like 3 or 4 of those myself. So.
Yeah, but that was that. But you got your inner layers.
Now, can I say something real quick right here in the middle? There's a lot of fire starting stuff out there, and the ones where you know, you got to fill them with lighter fluid, and then you strike it like the match. It's like a match. You strike it. Those are okay, but the only problem I've discovered with those is the lighter fluid evaporates over time.
You're always going to have fluid.
You're always going to have fluid. So you're better off to, I think, go with something like this. Because this way you've always got something to start a fire with, because you got your knives. And so you can strike it, you can create it. If you can create a spark, you can make a fire.
Okay, let's start over with the fire starting materials.
Please.
It's fine. Number one, fire starting material everyone should have in their pocket, in their kit, in their backpack, anywhere. And I always keep one in my front pocket. Is a big lighter. Best starting material, best starting ever.
You go ahead and talk. I'm going to grab something real quick off camera, and I'll be right back. Go ahead and keep talking.
Yes, but what I do with my Bics is I learned this from Dave Canterbury, and I actually use this a lot, is you take and wrap them, see this is a blue one, and wrap it in duct tape. Okay, now you got duct tape. You got duct tape for X, I need to get a little bit more on this one, but you got duct tape for anything. And you can build with duct tape, you can heal, you can use it for a Band-Aid, but one of the biggest things for duct tape, and a lot of people don't know this, and I've actually used this quite a bit, is I'll take one layer off, right, from basically from there to there, take it off, rip it off, wad it up, throw it in my tinder, and light that duct tape, and it'll burn for 10 minutes. Duct tape is very flammable. Now,
right now we're in the modern age, and we have access to these sorts of things. Another thing I like to do is, you got a dryer at home?
Dryer lint.
Dryer lint. This is a whole bag of dryer lint. This one here I've got to process and put into a Ziploc bag and squeeze it down and put it in a bug out bag. But this is excellent tinder.
Because it's cotton.
It's cotton. I mean, it's
cotton is plant-based.
This will burn. Let me get a little small piece of it, but this will burn. Can I bring it over? Here. I'm just going to drop it. I'm just going to drop it on the floor, but I just want to show you on camera here. See how easy that burns?
Whew. And poof, now it's gone. It's already burnt out.
But
if you put that in a fire bundle,
it's
going to light the bundle up. So, okay. Anyway, number one, back up to that is my ferrocerium rod. But what, if you're set up and you're camping and you're in the home base or whatever, ferrocerium rod is probably the best way to start your fire, because lighters have fluid and they're going to run out. You know what I'm saying? This will last me for years and years and years and years and years. And then, and if you don't demo real quick, on the 90-degree spine, this is what I was talking about. So, and then a lot of people, by the way, I was just even doing it, not doing it wrong, but if you got tinder right there and you don't want to mess up that tinder, what you do is you hold your knife, right, and then you pull the ferrocerium rod back, like that. And this, like, I got all the paint all over. I'm trying to get off of it. But anyway, that's how you use it. But yeah, you got rods. They come in all various shapes and sizes. I've got that one. I got this one. I keep in my pocket all the time.
Now I've got one other thing for fire starting, and I'm not going to say where I used to work at, but I used to be in machining. And some of the materials we worked with, one of them was what's called an exotic metal called magnesium.
Yes, magnesium fire striker is what they call it at the store.
I have something other than that. I have magnesium, very fine magnesium chips.
You can buy those. You can buy a baggie of magnesium.
I had access to it.
So, it's a lot to see for.
I would process and make my own. I've got Ziploc bags rolled up, sealed, and taped up, and they're full of magnesium chips. Now I don't keep them in the house because magnesium is extremely flammable. The only way you can put it out once you ignite magnesium. Magnesium will burn in the rain. Okay, and that's oxygen to magnesium. So if you need to start a fire and you need to dry wood, magnesium is a good way to go. So if you have access to it.
And then here are some of my other ways. There's always using something that unlimited resources, right? Where it's never going to run out. Is a very good way to start a fire. You know, if you got the time and you're not. So one of my unlimited ways is my reflector disc, right? You put your tinder right in there, which I already have some tinder, and then you see I'm already reflected. whoop, right up into the back of the tender
Yep.
lights. Put it in your thing.
Now we don't know if this one will work today because the amount of sunlight out there, direct sunlight.
I was. And then this is my little fire kit. You know, that I keep in my backpack. And look, I have another ferrocerium rod in there, and this one actually has a striker that comes with it. So,
And, you know, I discovered those right there. That they work, but yeah, that works pretty good there.
yeah, this
Yeah,
one's
that one works
in case
pretty
they're
good.
terrible on fire.
Yeah.
Anyway, and then
Don't burn the table.
the other one, tried and true, they've been using it since the dawn of man. Dawn is the magnifying glass.
Yep. Anything that can magnify the sun.
And I got a little tin. I keep cotton in there, just for backup. Char cloth is the best. I don't have any char cloth because my dog ate my char cloth.
Yeah. Don't get me started on that. But anyways, this right here, this reflector disc that he showed you, he got me one of these, and I tried it one day, and I just took some paper and put it in there, and it was during the summertime, and so I had plenty of directed sunlight, and I stood outside like this, and it took me nothing, and it was burning.
Yeah.
I had a fire. So
Yeah. You hit that at the right angle.
yeah,
And about that long, you'll start feeling smoke or seeing smoke.
real quick.
And then a little bit longer, and
Yeah, but you want to make sure you put a large enough piece in there that you can get a hold of it and pull it out.
because it's on fire.
Yeah, you put a small piece like that in there, you're gonna have trouble getting it out of that spring.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, basically.
yeah.
So, and then your obvious, which I didn't bring in, but you got your strike anywhere matches and all that stuff is awesome as long as you keep it dry.
Yeah. These though, if I got this in my pocket,
all the way to go.
yeah, if I got this in my pocket or this or any of these ferro rods here, and let's say I fall into a lake or a river, this is still gonna work.
Yeah.
So
So this one.
This, on the other hand, probably won't work if I fall into a river. Will this still work?
Yeah.
Okay.
Big lighters are incredible.
Let me clarify something then. This will not.
I'm saying you're not going to get out of the water and light it, but it won't take very long to get
No,
it.
you may be okay with it. This right here, I'm a Zippo guy. I've been a Zippo guy for years. But all you Zippo guys out there, no offense, but this right here, if you fall into the water, you're done. Yeah. You're gonna have to take it all apart, let it dry out. You're gonna have to, if you don't have lighter fluid, you know what I mean.
Yeah, Zippos are good lighters, but yeah, if in a survival bug out situation, they're not.
You're better off with. Yeah, actually, ultimately, really, you're better off right here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Buy you. And that's the other thing too. I have. Well, you see, I have. When I go camping, this all comes with me, and it's all in different. Like I keep some on me, I keep some in a pack.
Yeah.
I got my browse bag. And then I got my backpack, and it has stuff in it. So in case I lose my browse bag, I got that. I got backups, the backups. And then I do a lot of research with Dave Canterbury, so I keep referencing him. But he's
Dave Canterbury.
Yeah, he's got a thing called the next fire mentality. Okay, so you get your fires. Oh, I got my fire started. Okay, good. I'm awesome. Now think about your next fire. How are you going to start that next fire? And then you use this fire to start that fire, or whatever. Yeah. So you always keep it a fire.
Yeah, and now fire.
Because fire is life, man.
If you're, you remember the TV show Dual Survival?
Yes.
Dave was on it. And I will say that I'm like Dave, the barefoot guy was kind of irritating. But anyways, but he had some good ideas. I want to say that. Yeah. And there was one particular episode that I remember watching Dual Survival when Dave was on there. That they were on, I think it was on an island, and it was cold out. And of course, you don't lay directly on the ground when it's cold because it sucks the heat out of your body. Everybody knows that.
Yeah, it's cool.
So they made a bed of pine tree branches, right? And it was up against an area where they had kind of it was like a rock or it was like an old log that was hollowed out. So it was back up underneath there, and they had a fire out here. Well, the guy that ran around barefoot, I can't remember his name.
Cody Lundy,
thank you. He came up with the idea, they had one of those Mylar blankets, a big one, and he strung that Mylar blanket on the back wall of this like sort of cave deal, and it reflected the heat from the fire back down on them. And kept them warm, so they laid there without covers or anything on top of the pine branches and got a decent nice sleep.
Yeah.
You just had to tend to fire. So I mean, there are things you can do, to stay warm and.
Oh yeah. As far as shelters,
semi-comfortable.
That's
Yeah,
said,
that's a whole
video.
other video.
But they got super
But
shelters.
we're talking about how they. I'm talking about how they started the fire. You know, it was really good. I mean, the show was a good show.
Yeah.
And having that. So the next video we're going to be making, segue.
Yeah, yeah.
That's why I was talking.
That's what, and I was wrapping
You're
this
going
up
to see
because
him.
I'm done.
Yeah, you're going to see him use these ferro
Yeah.
rods. You're going to see him create tinder, and we're going to show you, you know, probably a couple ways to use that tinder to start like a small fire. We're not going to be going for a roaring campfire. Okay.
Yeah. We're in the city still.
Yeah, we're in a neighborhood here, and I've already alerted my neighbors that they might smell a little smoke.
Yeah.
So, but we're going to show you, or he's going to show you, and I'm going to be on the other side of the camera,
Yeah.
so you know.
Yeah,
And
this is mainly what I'm thinking here. This is just a, okay, I'm in a situation where I got to start a fire.
Yeah.
How do I start a fire?
There you
And
go.
a lot of people don't know, so.
So he's going to show you, you know, like one or two just simple ways to start a fire, so that way you know, and you can use this in your fireplace in your house too, actually.
Oh yeah.
So,
I use my camp knife
Yeah.
in my house all
yeah,
the time.
if you're
Process my tinder.
if you're a non-smoker, you don't do an outdoor grill or whatever, you got a fireplace and you like to have a fire, and let's say you lose power, like some areas do in the wintertime, and you need heat, then this will give you a way to get a fire going so that you can stay warm. So
Stay warm, cook on.
yeah, and even
the
people,
boogeyman away.
even the elderly could use these methods because they're very simple. It didn't take a lot of manual labor to do. So, anyways,
All right.
see you.